Okay, Dave, we have a repeat guest coming on the show today.
I think it's a three-timer.
He's a three-timer. And we've got a bonus guest, too. Larry from Ides of March is going to be joining us, too. Everybody...
So it really is plural. It really is the Ides of March, not the Ide of March. It is the Ides of March.
It is. And we'll get to that because it's time for Minutia Men Celebrity Interview.
The following is a Tony Lasano podcast, an Opie show on the Radio Misfits Podcast Network. This is the Minutia Men Celebrity Interview with Rick and Dave.
All right, Dave, this is another big thrill for us. Jim Peterik, of course, Ides of March, has been on the show before. He's even jammed with us. If you remember, Jim, you came to the Museum of Broadcasting and jammed with us. And we had a great time with you. And today, we also get a fellow Ides of March member, Larry Millas, right? How are you, Larry?
I'm groovy.
So this is a big bonus because Larry's like he's like the audio master behind the scenes in addition to being part of the band. So we're going to ask you some questions about the band as we carry on here, and Larry, you saw it all there too, didn't you? In the days.
Oh, for sure.
Yes,
you bet.
All right, first question, Jim. I know there was some health issues recently. You were in Des Plaines. Something happened on stage. I understand everything's okay, but why don't you put us at ease? Let us know what happened and how you're feeling.
So thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm back in black, as AC/DC said once prophetically. But I was at the Des Plaines Theater, Ron Onesti's place, and it was Cornerstones of Rock, which is the Ides of March hosting all the great bands from Chicago from the late 60s, early 70s. And at the last song, I was singing Vehicle. Of course, you have to, end with that. And I'm going, great God in heaven. And I flat on my back, blacked out.
Wow.
And, oh, my God. And as I came to, I see Ron Onesti trying to tell me jokes above me. And in the background, through a flank of guys in yellow shirts, guards from the venue, I hear the crowd murmuring the Lord's Prayer.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
It was like one of the most, if I might say, spiritual experiences ever, as I was holding on to consciousness. But I had the men in yellow shirts part, and I gave everybody the high sign as they kept chanting. It was just a very memorable experience. Then I was whisked away to the hospital, and I didn't have to stay the night. They gave me fluids. They brought my blood sugar back from 47, and it was just the fact you don't go on stage with a show like that with just a banana, having eaten a banana.
That's a title of your next book, I think.
Wasn't it also like 150 degrees outside that day?
Well, it was close, but not quite that. But it was quite a day to remember.
Well, as a couple of marketing guys, I think this is great publicity, my friend.
Yeah.
Do it again. Do this every time.
Wait a minute, you guys. You're getting way over your skis.
So speaking of shows and the time that and don't do it, you've got a couple of shows coming up in the area in the next couple of weeks, including the one on August 17th at the City Winery, which I just, a couple of months ago, I saw Kurt Elling there, and what a great venue to see a band, and especially like a band like the Ides of March. People still can get tickets? What's going on? Is there still availability?
Yes, there is. They're going quick, but there's still availability for this great show on August 17th. By the way, Kurt Elling is one of my heroes, and I've met him and had him on shows. What a force of nature. Ridiculous.
Oh, fantastic. Him and my daughter and his daughter are best buddies.
Oh, my God.
And I've gotten to know he's just a great guy. Just an absolute great guy.
Love to hear all that. August 17th, tickets still available. City Winery, Chicago. 8 o'clock? It's an 8 o'clock show. Yeah.
Okay.
8 o'clock show. I don't know what is the City Winery is 200 West Randolph, so that's almost a given nowadays. It's such a popular venue and such a great venue.
Was it your son there recently too? Did Colin play there?
Yeah, that upstart is Colin, my son. Yeah, he's got this amazing Steely Dan tribute band, Brooklyn Charmers, and they were just there, knocking him out. And then he's the lead singer and keyboard player. He's the Donald Fagen of Brooklyn Charmers, and very, very proud of that dude.
Do you guys ever do any father and son shows together?
Yeah, I mean, he comes on as a guest a lot of times. Not a lot of times, but here and there. And actually, we have a show coming up, which we'll talk about on the 29th. It's Jim Peterik and Friends.
Yeah.
And that's coming up at what theater?
Hey Nannies, right?
Hey Nanny.
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason I know that is because I already purchased my tickets. So
my God.
Wife and I are going to go see that show. I can't wait to see it.
Thank you. That's going to be special guests Kathy Richardson and Colin Peterik, various members of the Ides of March, and it's going to be...
Larry? Are you going to be there, Larry?
Oh, you bet. I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll probably start out behind the board, and I'll end up somewhere behind the microphone for a couple of songs.
Well,
yeah.
I got a question that both of you guys can answer because this is going to go back into the Wayback Machine, all right? There's a movie out about Festival Express, which I know you guys know about because this is a train tour of Canada that took place in 1970, I believe. And some of the bands that were on that tour, like the Grateful Dead, the Band, Janis Joplin, Flying Burrito Brothers, and I know there was a group of nice young boys from Berwyn, Illinois, as part of this thing too. What in the world was that like?
Well, to be real honest, we just met up with the train near the end in Winnipeg.
Okay.
And we got to hang with everybody, but we didn't end up on the reel because we weren't on the train all the way. But it was still an amazing experience, and we, did the Ides thing and brought down the house. So
did you hear any stories about things that happened on that train, or was that just go ahead.
A lot of these people are dead, so you're not going to offend anybody.
No, we've experienced a lot of those stories that you hear, either backstage at that fest or a number of other fests that we played in about a 2 or 3 year period. I mean, yeah, we were on stage right before Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix and all the favorite acts that you can think of from Woodstock. I mean, we played with everybody in about a 2 to 3 year period. So the Peace Train was just another one of the big things that we were up on this huge stage in front of hundreds of thousands of people. It was fantastic.
It really was. But in addition to that, I had the honor of walking Janis Joplin back to her hotel because she was too under the weather to know where she was anymore.
Under the weather.
Under the weather. And under the bottle. But anyway, that was before the days of, armed guards, walking the star to the to the hotel. And,
right.
And we walked arm in arm, and it was very, very sweet.
Rick and I sat 15 feet away from Pete Townsend yesterday. We saw Tommy at the Goodman, and we were...
Yeah, he was there.
We were like 15 feet away from Pete Townsend.
How cool.
Wow, I bet he doesn't come to every show. He was there.
It was the closing night.
It was the last show.
Yeah, and like you said, he didn't have a bodyguard with him.
No.
He was just, Pete just walked in and grabbed a seat and watched the show.
And the restraining order for me with him it's about 30 feet, so it was cool. I mean, we were right there. I'm a White Sox fan, but Rick here is one of those what are they called?
I think Cubs fans.
And Rick loves your Finally Next Year song, blah blah blah, about 1998. It's beginning to look like the Cubs. And as a White Sox fan, this is paining me to say that are making a run. Any chance of redoing that song and hopefully jinxing the team from my point of view? But no, any chance of redoing that song?
Well, I'll tell you, we're bi-coastal.
A mixed marriage.
Yeah, mixed marriage. We got to split the difference because we love both teams and we sing for both teams. So we got to stay kind of neutral, but we love both teams.
Now, come on, Jim.
Yeah.
Come on, Jim.
Okay, my dad was an avid Cubs fan, and
Okay.
that deep down so am I. But that's another story.
And Larry?
White Sox.
Boy, Larry. I've always liked Larry, but Larry was the true glue in that band. Larry was the reason for their success.
He's always said that. So, guys, I'm working on a book about the history of the Loop radio station, which is a radio station in Chicago that I worked at for about 10 years. And I know, Jim, that you had many encounters with that radio station because they gave me a chance to look through the photo archives of the book, and there's a great picture of you and Steve Dahl on stage together. I'm going to say like late 70s, early 80s. Do you have any memory of that at all?
I do. We might have been back to back goofing around on stage, clowning around as we would do that. But I was in love with the Loop girl. That's
Lorelei.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What a dish.
She was actually with Pete Townsend yesterday. It was kind of weird.
No.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
now we're full circle moment. Yeah.
No, she's in the book too. But yeah, I was just curious if you had any memories of anything that happened at the Loop over the years that I can, throw in the book.
Steal.
Well, what can I say? I mean, the Loop was the station, and I'll never forget Disco Demolition, which was unbelievable. Steve Dahl's Eye of the Tiger, really.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so you mentioned the Hey Nani show. Let's talk a little bit about that because have you been to that place before? It's a really intimate setting, like super intimate. That's gonna you guys are gonna blow that room away.
Oh, that's the goal. Yeah, I did that. Was it with the Ides or was it the Ides?
Yeah.
About
Jim Peterik and friends.
Jim Peterik friends
It was the Ides.
in April, I think.
Okay, so you've been there before, yeah.
Love the venue. Very intimate. The audience is a listening audience, which we like.
I walked on stage and they started applauding immediately. It wasn't even like you start with a standing ovation. It's a great way to start.
Yeah, it should all.
I would have just ended there. Okay, thank you. And then,
Thank you, Arlington Heights.
Yeah, you rock. Okay.
I think that one might be sold out though.
Well, it is.
Maybe.
But I don't like to say that because somebody might drop out and whatever. But yeah, technically yes.
Okay, so what special events do you have lined up for this Ides show at City Winery? What can you give us some inside scoop of what people might be able to see at that show?
We've got some new video elements that we've added to our small room shows. And so we're rolling that out at City Winery. We're pretty proud of the little interview video that we created of ourselves.
Who's the man behind the video?
Well, it would have to be. Well, it's always a team effort with the Ides, right? We all have our own assignments. Like Jim, is always working on the music, and I'm on the audio. Our keyboard player, Scott May, who you I'm sure probably know.
Yep.
He has recently taken up video editing. And our trumpet player, Tim Bales, is a fully qualified video camera guy. So with the two of them, we got all the interviews and all the editing, and we gave them the audio, and it's a team project.
Well, you guys have a hell of a career.
Yeah. Yeah. And anyone who hasn't seen Ides of March, you're missing it because these guys they put on a great show literally every single time.
Well, thank you. Thank you, guys. And I did want to add, not that I needed to, but this is going to be the full 8-banger with the full brass section. And we've had this horn section now for many years. But sometimes we do what we call a Jive 5 show, which is the five of us, the four original members and Scott May, the newbie who's been with us for 33 years.
Yeah, he's the youngster, right?
The newbie,
You're still making him carry the baggage to the bags to the buses, right?
Coffee.
Get me a Reuben, would you?
wax on, wax off. But yeah for sure. But so we got the full 8-banger, V8.
All right. Well, people go out and get your tickets. It's Thursday, August 17th. The show starts at 8 o'clock. City Wineries at 1200 West Randolph Street. Their phone number, I'll even give you that, is 312-733-9463.
And how can people keep up with you and what you guys are doing?
If they want to follow the Ides of March, where's the best way to do that?
Well, either JimPeterik.com or the Ides of March.com.
Put the in there.
Yeah, the Ides of March.
.com, yeah.
There's also Facebook. What else you got going?
Jim Peterik, knock on my door.
Credit card number. Can we get a credit card number? With that, bro?
Yeah.
But the secret knock, only you guys know. But anyway, it's rocking. Can't wait to see you. And thank you so much, Rick and Dave, for the great chat.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. And
anytime.
And have a great show, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
All right. See you soon, guys.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Nothing says Chicago like the Ides of March. Yeah. Right.
Berwyn's very own.
Yeah.
Which is, for those of you not in Chicago, a little suburb outside of Chicago. Yeah. It's always fun to talk to those guys. And I'm really excited about going to that show.
That's the
29th, the one I'm going to. The 17th is the show that they're talking to us about. All right, we have people to thank. In addition to Jim and Larry, we need to thank the executive producer of the show, Tony Lasana with opishows.com. Opie is hippo backwards, OPP, shows.com. We're distributed by Ed Silla with Radio Misfits. Great Talk Radio isn't dead. It's just moved to a better place, radiomisfits.com. And we'll be back again soon with another brand new episode of
Minutia Man Celebrity Interview.
The preceding was a presentation of Opie Productions. Find our other great shows wherever you find podcasts, including opishows.com. Thank you.
This has been a presentation of Opie Productions.
Tony, can you shut up?